All right. Hello, everyone. March the 2nd. Oh, find the index of the first occurrence in a string. Given two strings, needle and haystack. Turn the index of the first occurrence of needle. Isn't that... I don't know. Python has this. Not sure. I'm not sure if Python has this. Well, I mean, it's fine. Let's just do it without Python. So 2 pointers, right? So we always the needle, right? We can always start from the front. And oh, I know what this one is. Holy crap! This is the... Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I remember this one. This is KIM. All right, this is a KIM. Where's the KIM? No, it's not KIM. that's not a. Well, hold on. KM. It's substring matching. Substring matching. Nuth. It's Donald Nuth and KMP. KMP. It's KMP. Substring matching. It's KMP. Alright, let's just learn this again. KMP. KMP. So we're gonna first create a pattern. I think the pattern is... I forgot what the pattern is. Hold on, there's something I need to do first. Unfortunately, we have reached the point where we have to do this thing. I always don't like it. That is to cut nails. Our cat's nail is just too long. Must be trimmed. It's going to be a struggle. All right, success. Oh, it took a long time. All right, now we can take a look. Yeah, KMP, we need to build a pattern on the substring. I forgot a pattern. What does the pattern do? Pattern is position that we have to shift. Okay, what's the pattern again? I think the pattern is the number of, yes, the pattern is the number of the length of the strings that it can match, starting from the front. Therefore, these are all zeros, and this is a 1, this is a 2, this is a 3, and this is a 0. Okay, so we can build this pattern, which basically, how do you build a pattern? You will build it by yeah, you can do this, right? You can say everything we check. If the previous is 0, that means there's no matching. Then we check with the front. If it doesn't match, it's 0. Previous not match, we check front. Previous not match, check front. Oh, it match. Then that's a 1. And then we check previous match. Then we need to check the second one. It match, so we do this. Okay, I can build a pattern. Once I build a pattern, how do we match? We will go match one by one, right? One. When we have the first mismatch, yes, but now we know these 3 match. Now we've just searched for any prefix, which is also a suffix, a prefix that's also a suffix. Mismatch occurs at index 3. Before that, we have substring ABC. Now search for any character which is a prefix and also a suffix. In this case, there's no such. ABC, there's no such. Because if there is, wait, hold on. Oh, it's trying to match the, because this is already matched, so we can start from here to match this immediately. Right? So we want to see if there's any suffix that's matching its prefix. We want to check if any suffix matching the prefix. So now we have this as mismatch. We know these are match, right? These match whatever this. Therefore, if this is a suffix, yes, this is a suffix, right? If the suffix matches the front, right? And how do we tell if it matched the front? As well as a suffix. No, so we start matching this. We'll match until we find a mismatch. Since ABC is both suffix and prefix, we only need to check the first 3 characters of the pattern. Because we already checked, and we'll have to start. Index 3. So it's a mismatch. Alright, so we want to know if any of the suffix here matches its prefix. Yeah, I know we have a match. And how do we find? Yeah, now we start comparing this, right? So every time we have a mismatch, we search through, right? We search through the suffix. Oh, we just look at the suffix. We look at this. Oh, what the hell? We look at the suffix, yes, because this is a suffix. We look at this. This will say 3, right? So you know we have length is 3. So we just need to go to 3. That's the starting position we're going to continue matching. Is D matching with A. Oh. And in this case, this mismatch, I'll check this. This is 0, so there's nothing. So we have to keep matching. I mean, this is not match. All right, this is 0. So what do we do with 0? We go, hold up. We go here with 3. So this will be the third one. So we're matching this. This is 0, right? If it's 0, that means this is no matching. We just need to start matching this one. It actually should match this, right? Match X with this. Because these two don't match. We should match X with this. Yeah, I don't think this is correct. Should we match X with this? Oh, yeah, it is. And then we keep going. Okay. So this will be the first time I try to do KMP. All right, so I know it's Donald, North, and who else? Morris and Pratt. North, Morris, and Pratt. Okay, let's do this. KMP. And yeah, you will know the first time they match. I'll handle this. All right, let's do this. KMP. 28. KMP. All right, so pattern. We need to find a pattern. The pattern is going to be a pattern, pat. 0 times, we can say hey is n, needle is m. Okay, len, haystack, len, needle. So it's times m. Okay, this is the pattern. Now what we're gonna do is go through the pattern, right? So say for I in range m. Actually 1 to m, right? So for each one, we'll say if pattern I minus 1 is equal to 0, right? If that means that one has no length. If this is 0, then zero, hold up. If this is 0, then this is 1, the length is 1, so you just do 0, right? So we say if it's, no, actually it doesn't really matter. We just say if needle I, right? If needle I is equal to needle pattern I minus 1, right? Then pattern I shall equal to pattern I minus 1 plus 1. So if it's 0, then we check with 0. If it's 1, we check with position 1, right? So we do this. So this is to get the pattern. Obtain pattern array in which pat I is the length, right? Is the length of prefix. The length of prefix that is equal to, that is the same as the suffix ending at needle I. And if it's not the same, right? If this is not the same, then, if it's not the same, which means you cannot continue. So let's see. So this, they all follow, right? They all follow, and this doesn't follow, right? Then it has to be going to the front, right? So if it's else, then we need to compare to the front, right? We say else pat I shall equal to integer needle I is equal to needle 0, right? Which means we cannot match, right? And the first one is always going to be 0. Yeah, first one, I think by default is 0. Okay, that's what I do. So now we're gonna say this is the match. So the match, we're gonna have to say, on the top, right? So for j in range n, okay, and then for the bottom, we're just gonna go one by one, right? We match, and then from the first time we mismatch, right? Mismatch, then we will check, and then we set a new I. Okay, so we'll set I on the outside, right? I equals 0. And we say while I is smaller than m, no, they should move together, right? So we should say if they're equal, then I plus equal 1. Yeah, that's not right. We say if I is smaller than m. No, if I is equal to m, then we can break. That means we already matched. Otherwise, we can say if haystack j is equal to needle I, right? If they're the same, I plus equal 1. Else, if these two are not the same, right? If they're not the same, then we go to pattern, right? We go to pattern to see the suffix ending here, how much is the prefix matching it. Then I shall equal to needle, no, I shall equal to pattern I minus 1. Right? Is that right? Unless the first one is not the same. Otherwise, imagine this is a mismatch, right? So the previous one is a match. If the previous one is a match, I minus 1 is a match, now the previous one will tell me which position the I shall be to go on, right? But what if I is equal to 0? If I is 0, which means the first one, and they're not the same, that shall just remain 0, right? So if I is larger than 0, then we do this. And once we're done, which means it jump out, then we say if, should return something, if I is equal to m. I equal to m means we have done, and we need to return the index. The index is j, right? So j minus m. Is that j minus m? So 0, 1, 2, right? And then we're coming here, so 3. 3 minus 3 is 0. That's actually true. Else, that would be 9 minus 1. All right, let's try this. Oh, exciting, exciting. Yeah. That's a 0. Now we can produce some test cases ourselves. Oh, there are a lot of test cases. So we have haystack, needle. Okay. str, haystack, needle. All right, so let's try these two. These two pass. Let's try what you have in mind. Well, ABC and A, that should be 0, right? ABC, B, that should be 1, right? ABC, D, that should be 0. That should be minus 1. Actually, I want to try the C as well. That should be 2. Right, what else can you try? Try these. Oh, look at that. One of them is not right. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is not right. Okay, so in this case, these are just 0, 0, 0, right? And what we have is, oh, because I say for J in range. That'd be easier. Have to be both. Has to be this. Wow, J is smaller than n. I want a J plus equal. Right, J plus equal 1. There we go. That is necessary. What else can you think about? I can try. Give it a shot. Ugh, Jesus. I thought we're good. No, we're not. No, we're not. It's back at 4. That is weird. All right, let's see. First of all, we need to check if our pattern is right. Is our pattern right? 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. I think the pattern is right. And then mismatch, right? And then I, S, S, I, we matched all the way to I, and P is mismatching, right? P is mismatch. If P is mismatch, then we say, right, this is a mismatch. And I is larger than 0, so we go I minus 1. Pattern tell me is 1, so I shall start comparing because I match this with this, and it's mismatch, right? Then I know this one matches this, so I shall start compare. I shall equal to this, I1, j plus equal 1. That is, hold on. If it's equal, then j plus equal 1. Otherwise, j shall stay the same. Oh, shoot. Shoot. No. Okay, hold on. If they're equal, yes. If they're not equal, then I will equal to this. Then they'll try it again, right? What happened? Right, we have I is I, they're all matching, right? So j is equal to I, needle I, so plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, and now plus 2 here. I is here. And they're not equal. I is larger than equal. No, I shall be pattern I minus 1. Now pattern I minus 1 is 1, so I become 1. J doesn't change, so now j is here, so we match, match, and then boom. What happened? Okay, let's see what happened. 0. Stuck with 0. Ooh, 0. Oh, initial doesn't match. If it doesn't match, j shall move forward. If it doesn't match, j shall move forward. Huh. But if I is larger than 0, but if I do this, right? So it should be like this. If this is not and I is larger than 0, then we will have to update I. Otherwise, these two both move forward. There we go. Nope. The hell? This was not right. Answer 1, result is 0. So 2, result is 0. How is result 0? Hold on. If it don't match, and this, no. Oh, let me think again. If they do not match, hold on. If they match both increment, oh my god. Again. If they match, right? Jesus. If they match, then no problem. I plus equal 1, j plus equal 1. If they do not match, if I is larger than 0, I change, j doesn't change. If not, then j need to plus equal 1. Right? So this is else. Which we can do elif, right? Elif I is larger than this, and else is j plus equal 1. There we go. Okay. Come on. I'm gonna say while this and I is smaller than m. Okay, we can do this. Then we can save a line. Okay. Try it again. Try again. Ugh. Man. Yeah, it's not easy to get it all right. What else? What's that? Expected 4. Ah, I got a -1 again. Dude. A, B, A, A, C, A, B, A, A, B, A, C. Yep, we have one. Alright, pattern. Let's see, pattern is right. 0, 1, 0, 1, 2. I think this should be 2. Right? I think it's the issue with the pattern. Oh, yeah, that should be 2 because the prefix is AA and this is AA. Dude, I'm gonna do this. So for this, I look at the previous one and I try to match this and it does not work. So if I match this, does not work. What can I do? What can I do? How do I know? Oh, the pattern algorithm. No, it's basically this is not right. Ah, I need a hint. For pattern. I don't understand. What's the pattern again? if pattern I matches pattern J, okay, we start with this. If they match, this guy, and then we both move on. So these two match, so that's the prefix suffix match, and move on. If they don't match, so we have ba 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 go, and then ba ba ba, so we're matching, and we have a first one that doesn't match. Oh, hold on, that's the same algorithm. So we match, and we have the first one that does not match. Then what do? Then if we have this one does not match, what we need to know is, because I know this match the first three and this does not match. Now we need to know, where does this one go? So we check this. Hold on. If they match, increment. If they do not match, set I to array. Set I, so this to array j minus 1, which means, what does it mean? Set j minus 1. Because this is I and j, right? I and j. I is here, j is here. So j minus 1 is this, so we have this length. So we'll set I to this, which means we'll set it to what is, and array j is array I. Wait, hold on. So I is 0, j is 1, right? If these two match, if they match, okay, then both plus equal 1. If they match, plus equal 1, match. Now here, they do not match. Okay, I is here, j is here. They do not match. They set I equals array I minus 1. Oh, array I minus 1. Oh, I was thinking about j minus 1. Array I minus 1. Oh, that's a different thing. Okay, let me do it again. So that match, right? These all match, and this does not match. Now what we want to know is how much for the first this, right? The front is matching to this. Because if I set to this, because the suffix, right? Here, this is matching this, right? These two are matched. So we want to find a prefix that matches suffix. Oh. Okay, this is, yeah, I can't figure this one out. I have to check reference. All right, so that's, we have to have I and j. Actually, we might not need to have, we only need to have j. J is 0, right? Okay, so if needle I is equal, I equal to 0, this is j. Right, if needle I is equal to needle j, right, they're the same, then pattern j is equal to pattern j minus 1 plus 1 and I plus equal 1. Else, now if they do not match, right, if they do not match, we need to find the prefix that matches the current suffix of needle towards I, right? Because that is where the next match to needle J would be. I shall equal to pattern I minus 1. Right, and then we check again. So if needle then we can just do this, right? Right, and then we'll check if they're equal, then we'll do that. So if needle I is equal to needle J, right? We reset I, and if these two are the same, then pattern J shall equal to pattern I minus 1 plus 1. Or pattern I plus 1. Which one? So I move to this, right? Now these two need to match. If they match, right? If these two match, that shall be pattern I minus 1 plus 1. Yeah. What if the first one is not the same? Pattern doesn't have I minus 1 though. So I think we need L if I is larger than 0. If I is 0, and then we have a mismatch, we just need to move on, right? So I think this shall be L if I is larger than 0. Otherwise, we just don't do it. You gotta be kidding me. Nothing changed. What the hell? Is that not right? Set I to if they match. Oh, array I. I thought it's I minus 1. Hold on, let me think about this again. So I and J, right? They're not matching, they're mismatch. So when they mismatch, we go I minus 1. Then we find the length, right? So we go to I becomes here. So that is the length, right? That is the length. That is where we need to make the comparison. And I'll make the comparison this to this. We compare these two. And if they are the same, how is this array I plus 1? It doesn't make any sense. Hold on, and then I just saw this is also not right. This should be I. If I is equal to j, okay, this is I plus 1, because if we start with 0, if these two are the same, then it's this plus 1. And then moving on, I think because of this, right, I is always 1 behind, 1 delayed, 1 in front, actually. So you're telling me this is the same thing. Right? You're telling me this is the same thing. If these two are the same, so when we do this, then maybe we don't need this. Right? We reset I. Oh, then we go on. J will move forward. Right? With J we cannot move forward. Oh, I shall move forward too. No, we stay here. We want J to stay here as well. Right? We want J to stay here as well. Huh. I need to find control these two. Nah, that's not right. I, J equals 0 and 1. So while J is smaller than 1, if this I plus equal 1, J plus equal 1. Alright. Otherwise, we reset I, and we don't move J. Then we compare it again. Nope. Nope, it's not right. Didn't make any sense, huh? J starts with 1. Well, the first one's not right. J is here. Oh, J is smaller than 1. Nope. Alright, I think we have to do this way. Okay, so we move here, right? This is I. And now J is here. So we know the previous all match. Right? Don't know the previous all match. And we're at this position. And this one, right, we know the previous match. So this will match this. So we're going to try to match this, right? Okay, so we try to match this. Yes, pattern. Pattern's the length, right? So the length, that's the prefix. Shouldn't be pattern J equals pattern I. Oh, hold on. Think again. Okay, so we have the pattern. This is the total length that's ending in here, right? And then these two mismatch. Then we have the previous, which is pattern I minus 1. Okay, pattern I minus 1 tells me the length of the prefix. that's matching this thing, right? Matching this thing. If it's 0, but we match, then it has to plus 1. That's correct. If it's not 0, which means the previous matching this, right? And then needle I. These two mismatch, right? These two mismatch. And then I go for I minus 1, find the length, so I move to this one, okay? And this to compare with this. And this gave me the length. No, the previous one match. This one's matching this, right? But I just don't know how much is the previous. So this one, say if it's 3. And if these two match, shouldn't that be 3 as well? Yeah, that's something I don't understand. But it does make sense that if pat I is 0, right? If pat I is 0, then you have to plus 1. If pat I is not 0, why do we... Pat I is not 0. Pat I is not 0 just means that position I, pat in position I have a certain amount, right? And I'm comparing this to that. So, I'll say if pat I is 0, I'll say if pat I is 0, else pat I. That's how I believe. Right? And then once we're done, I plus equal 1, j plus equal 1. Alright, we finished matching, so we move forward. If these two are not the same, right, not the same, if now I moving here, right, this, and these two are not the same, then basically I fail. I shall go back to 0. Nope. Lord, what's wrong? 0 and 2. 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 2. 0 and 2. They're not the same, right? These two are not the same. And oh, I is larger than 0. Oh, we don't have j plus equal 1. So it's else j plus equal 1. I guess still not right. Okay, 0, 1. This is 0, 1, 2. So we have mismatch, right? We have this and this mismatch. So two 2, 4. There's no 2, 4. 3, 0, 1, 4. Oh, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 5, 2, 5. Okay, I have 2, 5. So 2, 5 is a mismatch. Right? 2, 5 is a mismatch. Then we need to go for pattern I. I is 2, so pattern 1, 0, 1. Alright, so that'd be 1. Pattern 1 is 1. Pattern 1 is 1, so which means we go to this, and now we say we have 1. That's matching. Then needle 1 is this. This is how many is matching previously. And now these two are the same, right? These two are the same. So for this, I say up until here is, oh, the start up until here. No, it's not the start up until here. It is the prefix, right? Prefix length is 1. Prefix length is 1. So we're not going to this position. The length. The length is 1. So we'll land at, so start from this length, so we'll land at the position that we need to compare, right? To compare. We land at the position that we need to compare. We land at the position that we need to compare. We land at the position that we need to compare, which means the previous one is matching. This is the new thing that's not matching. And if these two match, because for this we say, at this position we say, God. I say pattern I minus 1 plus 1. That's not right. That is not right, man. That is not right. What if I is 0? It has to be pattern I, but I just cannot wrap this around my head. Why is pattern I? Because I is the thing that's making the comparison now, right? I is the thing that's making the comparison now. Because pattern I minus 1, right, saying we have that much length that's already matched. So these already matched, right? And then I set to that position, right? So these already matched. I say this, we match in this, which means we match this. So we move I equal, that makes sense, right? So I now comes here. I comes here. Now if these two match, right? These two match. Now we want to know the total length starting from the front up into this. Total length starting from the front up to this. Starting from the front to this. The prefix, right? The prefix. That's the length of the suffix. That's the length of the suffix. But now it's different. Now it's not a suffix. Now we are actually in the prefix. We're actually in the prefix. So this length is equal to the start, right, to a certain position, right? So what we are saying is from the start to this, and we have to always plus 1. Okay, that does make sense. That does make sense because of this thing. We have to add 1. This 1 is actually counter considering the star. Because pat I minus 1, this is saying from the start to this, right? From the start to this. From start to this. Okay. But that's not the total length. It's not total length, I'm just saying from start. There we go. Oh, this pattern is hard. This pattern thing is hard. Well, for one thing, this we understand, right? This we understand. Because this I will be starting from the front. Yeah, just starting from the front, Like how much is this? Yeah, if you understand this, you should understand this. This is just if the two is the same. Alright, and now we want to know what is the pattern J should be. Now we look at pattern I, right? Because in the start is this. Pattern I is 0, so pattern J has to be whatever pattern 9 is plus 1. Now moving on here, if we match again, right? If we match again, then if these two match, this is going to be 1. And move again. So A as 1, A, prefix and suffix. Cannot be the entire thing. Right? It cannot be the entire thing. So it'll be 2. Well, it cannot be the entire thing. The suffix and prefix does not include. Suffix and prefix do not include the entire string. That's not a total length. Because this is a 1. Pattern, this is a 1. This pattern, this is a 2. Pattern, this is a 3. Right? So this pattern is 3 means we have 3 and 3. Right? We have this and this. So okay, so what we're saying is this and this mismatch, and we do this, right? Now what we find is the prefix this and this, they match. Okay, now we're looking at this one and this one, so we know everything in front, everything here, they all match, and this only count this without the front. Therefore, into +1. Oh. All right. Now, this one is... Oh, length. That's J. Okay, so I can make it simpler. So what he's saying is I and J, right? Pattern J is pattern I +1. Or this is the length. What is this length thing? Length is the length. Well, let's try. Let's try using this length idea. Let's try using this length idea. So J is 1. Length. So instead of saying it's I, we call it length. The length of the prefix. Okay, so we can say L. L is the length of the prefix. And we say if needle length, yeah, so needle length L is equal to this, then length plus equal 1, and the pattern will equal to length, which is understandable, and j will plus equal 1, right? Because every time the length increment, length increment, length increment. And else, okay, else, if these two are not the same, then we need to say if, right, if length is larger than 0, right, if length is larger than 0, then we can say length is equal to pattern length minus 1. So that will be the length, the prefix length. And then in that case, we actually can go back up because this and this is the same, right? Else, we need to set length equal to 0. Right? So we don't need any of this. Oh, what did I consider wrong? This is not right. Oh, length is already 0. So we mismatch, right? Mismatch, and the length is already 0, and now we have a mismatch. Then we just say j plus equal 1. The length of the prefix, okay? So length of the prefix, we start with 0, and we check if they're the same. Same length increment, we do this, j plus blah blah blah. Once it's not the same, and if we have a length, right, we have a length that is match, then length minus 1, j doesn't change, length minus 1, and then we find, when we do length minus 1, this gives us the length, right, of the previous, that's, so this, right, in length minus 1 is this one, the length, so this matched to the suffix, right, the prefix to match this suffix, okay? So now we go back to the top. Now we're gonna match this equal to this, we match again. So it goes back to the original format. All right, one more time. Not possible still. Needs a lot of help with KLM. Yeah, still needs a lot of help with KLM. Still requires a lot of assistance to make sense of K. Let's call it KMP. Wait, what's the complexity? That's OK. We'll call OM. OM plus M plus N. Right? Oh, robbing carb. Hush. Double hash. Jesus. Wait, is this the KMP? Yeah, this is a KMP. Yeah, KMP is just beautiful. No, I'm not going through. I'm not going through the Robin Carp. KMP it is. KMP it is. All right, albeit. Oh, I struggle with KMP every single time. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Adios.